It's very, very, very early in the morning and Blue has the zoomies. Typical. But why am I up so early? Well, it's because it's the Formula 1 from Australia. And free practice 3 started at 1:30 a.m. And yes, Blue's given me the evils because I put the Formula 1 on.
Oh great, the Formula 1's back on TV! Oh no!
Oh, Kimmy, really? Okay, now finally I can get some shut-eye. And with just a few minutes to spare, my brother rang the house phone to wake me up. Thanks, bro. And I really can't believe it's been 17 years since I was at this Grand Prix circuit. But at nearly 6 a.m. in the morning, somebody woke up from his slumber. And eventually he came and joined me on the back of the sofa, along with the cuddly toys. I think he just wanted a little bit of attention and possibly a very early breakfast. Well done, George, for getting the first pole of the 2026 season. Do you want some early breakfast?
Have a break, have a Kit Kat. Official chocolate bar of Formula 1 and proud fan partner of Sky Sports.
Now, I actually went back to sleep after I fed Blue his breakfast and let him out for the morning. So, yeah, he's come back in clearly with the zoomies. Blue, have you got the zoomies? Oh, yes, you have. Of course you have. So, it's 20 to 3 in the afternoon. I've slept for most of the day after watching the Formula 1 really early this morning. I've got a nice drink of orange here. And as you can probably hear, I've got my dryer on. The house is a mess. I still haven't installed spring into my house. As you can still see behind me, I have Valentine's Day up on the door behind me. So yes, I have got to take down Valentine's Day and put up my spring decor. I also need to do some laundry, unload the dishwasher, reload the dishwasher, and I really wanted to get some of my kitchen cabinets done today. I don't think I'm going to actually get a chance to do those, but let's see how I get on. So I'm actually going to set a timer, and first off I just want to tidy up this lounge. Let me show you this lounge. It's a mess. So I'm going to put my drink down and I'm going to put a timer on just for 5 minutes and just pick up the lounge. It won't take me 5 minutes to pick up the lounge, but I'm going to pick up the lounge. And yeah, I'm going to fold up that blanket behind me and take that upstairs. And then I need to sort out the dishwasher. So yes, I can hear a Blue. He's around somewhere. So without further ado, let's do this. Welcome to my lounge. Yep, it's a mess. So I'm going to put my drink down and I'm going to put a timer on just for 5 minutes and just pick up the lounge. It won't take me 5 minutes to pick up the lounge, but I'm going to pick up the lounge. And yeah, I'm going to fold up that blanket behind me and take that upstairs. And then I need to sort out the dishwasher. So yes, I can hear a Blue. He's around somewhere. So without further ado, let's do this. What are you saying? Are you saying hello? Are you saying hello to everyone? Yeah? Are you saying hello to everyone? You going to jump down? Right, so now I've sorted the lounge, I'm going to sort out the spring decor because it's sat on this table right in front of me and I haven't been able to eat at the table since my brother put the box on there because, yeah, it's just too much hassle to move the stuff out of the way and then put it back. So let's do this. Let's sort out the spring decor and remove Valentine's Day. So here is all my spring decor. I've got some colouring in posters there, and then as you can see I've got Valentine's Day on this door. It goes up No, it doesn't. It's just those two panes. And I've got Valentine's Day on the door out there. See? So that's got to be removed. This has got to be removed. So let's do this. So first off, I just created a pile with all the Valentine's Day stuff and put it on the edge of the sofa, ready to put away in the box. And then it was time to put up my spring/Easter decor. Now I know Easter isn't until the very beginning of April. I think it's like the 3rd to the 5th of April, but I thought I'd put it all up together. And there's also another thing this month. St Patrick's Day, of course, so I put up my St Patrick's Day decor. I've only got a few items, but yeah, I remembered to put it up. Now actually, as I'm doing this voiceover, this coming weekend is St Patrick's Day London Parade. Woohoo! The trains are kind of up the spout, but I'm just undecided if I'm going to go or not. It's also the Chinese Formula 1 Grand Prix on Sunday morning also, so it just depends how tired I am to whether or not I do go up to London for St Patrick's Day Parade. Let me know in the comments below if you are a person that likes to change out your decor for the seasons, but also if you are a person that changes out your wardrobe for the various seasons. I know in the UK our weather can be really topsy-turvy, so actually I like to keep all my season's clothing in the wardrobe. And you see these little carrots that I'm putting out? Well, Blue actually earlier tried to grab one. I don't know if he was going to play with it or try and eat it, but anyway, I did stop and go, "No, Blue, leave it, it's decor." And then I had to quickly fold up my bedding whilst it was still red hot, as the tumble dryer had just finished. But as you can see, I have also got a few bits of spring decor in the window arch. However, I hadn't yet put up Hippity and Hop. And yes, I know my kitchen is a mess. It's on my to-do list to do later after I've done the spring decor. Hello to Hippity and Hop. Yes, the grass-looking bunnies. Now this Easter garland normally goes around my front door. However, that's currently got the daffodil garland on it. So I thought, you know what, let's liven up the pantry door. So that's what I did. It took a lot of blue tack. It kept popping off every now and again. But so far, it stayed on there for the last couple of days. And one other thing I've got to do on camera. Take this down from the porch. Welcome, leave your worries and muddy boots at the door. For welcome. My garden is my happy place. So I'm going to hang this up in the porch. And now, as promised, I will sort out my kitchen because yes, it's a mess. First off, I have to unload the dishwasher. And for the items that are still a little bit wet from the dishwasher, I actually put them on the drainer. So I had to then clear the drainer, clear the drainer, so I could take the stuff from the dishwasher and put them on the drainer. Now my first 5-minute timer went off, so I had to reset it for another 5 minutes. And of course, I didn't forget to clean the kitchen sink. Now I did have to empty that strainer because it was full of leftover bits of tuna from Blue's bowls. Woohoo! Finally, that's done. And then I just had to give the worktops a bit of a spray and a wipe over. My little shadow was also keeping tabs on what I was doing. Have you been my good boy? Yeah. Yes. All done. Kitchen's all done. Now I can put the washing machine on. Yes. Okay. Good boy. Yeah, you gonna go out? Right, so that's one nice, clean and tidy kitchen. Now I've just got to get the washing machine on because, yeah, it's 4:30 on Saturday afternoon and I haven't done any laundry this week. So that's my next task, is to go upstairs, bring down my heavy laundry basket, get it in the machine, get my work shoe covers in the machine as well because I'll need them for Monday. And as I go upstairs, I'll take the pile of last week's bedding up with me because you never leave a room or go up the stairs empty-handed. So that's my next job. So when it comes to washing your laundry, how do you do your washing? Do you do all your washing together and don't care for the colours and the whites? Or do you do separate loads? Let me know in the comments below. I used to be a mix it all in the machine together and throw in the colour catcher. However, recently I've caught myself doing lights and darks. But there again, I did buy myself a couple of pairs of new jeans, so maybe that's why I've been doing my darks in one separate wash. So I've been putting all my darks together rather than doing separate washes for the jeans. Now let me know, are you a scent boost person? Scent booster person. I bought these from Aldi, all matte, and they're in Pink Blossom. And they're okay. My clothes do smell a lot fresher. But my brother walked in the house the other day and goes, your house smells a bit musty and a bit weird. And I went up to my clothes and I'm like, actually, I'm not quite sure now if they actually are a good thing or not. Let me know in the comments below if you use scent boosters in your washing machine. And now it's time for much deserved hot chocolate in my velvetizer. And one thing I'm trying to do every day is just spend 5 minutes sitting down and reading a chapter or two of my book. So I decided that once my hot chocolate was done, I'd sit on the sofa where Blue was also lovely and snuggled up, and I'd get my book and my hot chocolate and just chill out for 5 to 10 minutes. And yes, you are so used to seeing me on the go, and yes, I do have restless legs, although it's not completely been confirmed. But as you can see, I'm forever moving my legs around on the sofa and can't keep still. But that's just me. I don't stay still for long. And of course, I realised looking back at my videos that I hadn't actually shown you the full Easter spring display. So here you go. And at nearly 6 p.m, my washing machine is finally done, so I can take it all out and hang up on the airer. 20 minutes later, finally, my laundry is on the airer. Right, on to the next job. The next job is to take this box upstairs and do the list tray on the landing. Now, before I do the list tray, I need to get my dark colours into the washing machine, because I'm going to need one of these jumpers for work come Monday. So let's do that now. So that's the washing machine on. And hello you mucky paws, look at your paws, and you're on my worktop. Oi! You want your meal? Do you want your meal? Yeah? Okay, let's get your meal then. Then I'll do your litter tray, yes? Yes? Okay, let's get your meal then. Who's a good boy? Hey? You hungry, Jim? What do you mean no? I think you are. You hungry? You want your meal? Yes, okay. What are you? What's this? What's this? He knows where he needs to go. Sit. Yeah, sit. Good boy. Bon appetit. Blue meal. Good boy. Enjoy. Now it's time to sort out the mess of this. As you can tell, Blue's been in the list tray. And yeah, the list tray is getting rather low now. So yeah, it's time to give it a full clean out. Got the bag, I've got the gloves, and I've got the dustpan and brush. Let's do this. And as I was about to do the list tray, I heard somebody walk into my house. And of course it was my brother. Now obviously he doesn't like to be on YouTube or on social media, so I had put a cat sticker over his face. However, it was just the look on Blue's face. It was like, how dare you eat chocolate without giving me any more treats or even meal? I mean, come on, Blue has Uncle Davy wrapped round his paw. If Blue wants to go upstairs for treats, Uncle Davy will go upstairs and give him treats. If he jumps on the kitchen worktop, then Uncle Davy will give him treats or even some meal. And there you have it. One nice clean litter box for Blue. Right, on to the next job. And that is get myself my dinner. And as it's Saturday night, it's pizza night. So I've got some Milano salami. I've got some grated cheese. I've got a flatbread. I've got barbecue sauce because I like to have barbecue sauce. And of course, pizza seasoning. Let's make this. And as my dinner was cooking in the air fryer, Blue settled himself down on the sofa, ready for naps. Now the reality of making homemade pizza in the air fryer, the salami always comes flying off and folds over, so I've tried to use cocktail sticks to keep it in place. Right, finally I can go and have my dinner. Now it was another early morning start for me. Yes, 3:40 a.m. Morning, Blue. I know, you're kind of like, what? But yeah, good morning.
Why do you have to disturb my beauty sleep, Mum?
He eventually settled on me for a little lap cuddle. And I mustn't forget my snacks, some mini cupcakes and my Formula 1 Kit Kats. And here's last year's World Driving Championship, Lando Norris. Will he win it this year? So, let's go racing and see what all these new cars are about this season. Blue, who's your money on for winning the World Drivers' Championship this year, huh? And halfway through the Grand Prix, I finally dived into my snacks. And George Russell for Mercedes won the first race of the season. with George's teammate Kimi Antonelli coming second, and third was Ferrari Charles Leclerc. And yes, it's now a weekend later, and yes, we are now watching the Chinese Grand Prix. Another weekend of early morning starts. And then after the race, I watched Ted's notebook race and made myself a lovely hot chocolate in my hot chocolate velvetizer. I then sat and did some invoices and paperwork on my laptop. And then just after 11 AM, I headed off to the local Morrison's to do a quick food shop. And this shop actually turned out to be quite an eventful shop because unfortunately an elderly lady in the checkout across from me actually ended up fainting or blacking out. Anyway, I had to move checkouts, and after I self-scanned my stuff, I went back and she was now up and sitting up and she looked okay. I guess they were just waiting for an ambulance to come and check her over. Of course, I was in a lot of shock because I was not prepared to see a lady black out right next to me. But the staff did an absolutely amazing job, and they were there within a split second that the lady went down. So well done to the Morrison staff, and they responded really quickly. I have just been to Morrison's and done a quick little food shop. I wouldn't say it's for the week, although the milks will be for the week. But yeah, I just needed a few items for lunch and just to do a little bit of a top up. So I have bought Blue, of course, more of his sachets. Unfortunately, they were not on 3 for £3 anymore, but never mind. I know he loves these tuna fillets with prawns, so I got him those. And I know he loves the tuna fillets with crab, but I also saw chicken breast with brown rice. So I only picked up one packet in case he didn't like it. So I've got Blue, I've stocked up Blue. He's got enough in the cupboard, but it just saves me just in case he gets low. I picked up this for my lunches. Of course, I will cut it into 4 pieces. So for my lunches this coming week. And then I got these for Easter to put in my little Easter bunnies. I got my milks because I literally had half a carton left. When I did my pizza last night, I realised I needed some more cheese, so I picked up some cheese. Now, myself and my brother love these, so they were on offer, so I got the bigger bottle for myself and then that for my brother. My butter was going out of date, so I got myself a new butter, and I do love these, so I'm going to have that next Saturday, even if it's got a good date on it, so that's okay. And then when I was down the book aisle, I saw this and I've been wanting to get it. So finally, I've got my hands on this. Now, I followed Jess and Norma on Instagram for many years. And unfortunately, last year, Norma died. And it's now Jess and Jake. But yeah, it was something I wanted to read. It's so sad that obviously Norma passed away. So that's going to be my next book to read after one that I'm currently reading. So yes, all of that and the Diet Cokes, Diet caffeine-free Cokes, I should say. Sorry, I dropped my receipt on the floor. The receipt came to £43. £43.50. So that was just a bit of a top up for the week.
Thanks, Mum, for my top up also.
And a bit later on, I folded up my laundry out the dryer. And for dinner that evening, I decided to do myself almost like a cottage pie, but with veggie mince. And before I knew it, it was time to hit the hay, and I was thoroughly shattered. Now, the next morning, I went to turn on my kitchen light and I looked at this and I went, it still says February. So in my lunch break, I decided to change it to March. So I've actually promised for a few days now that I'd actually do one of my cabinets out. So if you followed me on my channel, you will know I've already done up there. I'm trying to do this backwards, by the way. And I've done that bit, and I have done this, and I actually looked at that as well, However, I've not done this side. Now, it is bin day tomorrow, so it's the food caddy. So I want to go through the cereals because that bran flakes has been open for ages. It may not be out of date, but it might probably have gone stale. Those Oats So Simples are going to be fine. There's another packet there. I think those are the original, and I've got a couple of golden syrup ones. And then the Weetabix there needs topping up. And then there, again, I think I've got shredded wheat. And I haven't used that in ages because it was too tough on my teeth. So I definitely can get rid of that. And I'm trying to work this out, sorry. That. So that would be good because it is food caddy bin night to put out for tomorrow's collection. So I'm just going to get on with that. I'm going to set myself a 5-minute timer. I'm sure it won't take me 5 minutes, but you never know. So here goes. So that's the whole food caddy filled with just cereal. Wow. So yeah, that's all done. I've got an empty one of those and a box to recycle, and I refilled up my Weetabix or wheat bisques as well, so I've got that to recycle. So yay, that took me 5 minutes, and I'll show you the cupboard in a second once I got rid of this bag. I forgot to put the boxes out. No. Right, let's go and do that. No. Right, now I will show you the cupboard. It looks very empty. So I have now just got the cereals that I do use, which are, I've got one more pack of Weetabix, my porridge, and then my Weetabix there. So yes, I was actually thinking, like weeks ago, of putting my crockery in this cupboard, so my bowls, my plates. Do you mind? I'm trying to talk to the viewers. Putting the crockery in here because it's directly where the dishwasher is. However, when I measured it all out, it won't all fit in this cupboard because the crockery is actually in a much bigger cupboard. So for now, I'm just going to leave it as it is. But anyway, that's my cereal cupboard all sorted. So there's one other area that I'd like to tackle tonight before I get my dinner, even though it's 7:15. But anyway, one other area in my kitchen I want to tackle, which I keep putting off, and I've just unloaded my dishwasher and I put the stuff in this place, and I was like, that needs to sort out. So yes, this is my next one that I'm going to sort out, and then I'm going to call it quits for the night because I am shattered and I need to get my dinner. So here's my next thing I'm going to tackle. The drawer with all the utility utensils in. See, it's just a bit kind of thrown in here, and that will do. So let's pull all of this out. I'll set a 5-minute timer. It won't take me 5 minutes. Pull all of this out. See what I do use and what I don't use and what I can get rid of. So let's do this. So I had 1 minute and 42 seconds left. This peeler I don't get on with. It's too chubby for my hand, I think this actually belongs to my dad, and when I went to get my peeler, I'll take it down to Dad, and if he doesn't use it, I don't think he uses peelers, I'll actually ask him. But anyway, I was wondering where these were, and I like using these for when my toothpastes get a bit low. And I've got two in this drawer. I had one down there. So yeah, that can go in the bathroom to help me when my toothpaste gets low. I'm questioning if I still have this like food storage container. It's one that you can put the dividers in. If I've still got it, it will be in the cupboard in there, but I know I don't use it. And then this whisk was in the complete wrong place. It actually belongs in the cupboard up there. So that's all nice and tidy. It didn't take me long. I like to keep the instructions, especially for the milk velvetizer, frother, whatever you want to call it. And I've got the portable blender instructions in there. And there you have it, all sorted. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one, hopefully with a full kitchen sort out. See you then. Bye. And as usual, please don't forget to like, subscribe and comment. Thank you.